Hi, I'm Mitch Overton with your Lancaster Parks Department, and this is Hometown Playground. We're here today at Keller-Kern Park. Keller-Kern has an 18-hole disc golf course, miles of hiking trails, there's bouldering going on out here, 73-acre nature park. Fabulous place to come. With me today is Matt Young. Matt, thanks for coming, my man.
No problem.
Matt is a member of the Lancaster Disc Golf Alliance. These guys are major players here at Keller-Kern Park. They give back to this park by helping out on the disc golf course, hold two outings a week, a Wednesday and a Sunday outing. And Matt's going to take us through a little disc golf today. Going to show us how to do it, and we're going to have some fun. Matt, how do we start out here?
Right here are your scorecards.
Okay, so we have a scorecard here, just like we
and it has a map on the back, so if you don't know the course,
perfect.
One is right behind us here, and we can go starting over there whenever you're ready.
All right, man. Let's go play some golf.
All right.
Well, Matt, you certainly get some great walking in out here. You know?
That's what it's all about, to come out.
Gorgeous.
And, I mean, you're only going to be so good at this game. There's always someone who's better.
Sure.
And so you come out for the fun of it, and you come out for the exercise.
Get a nice walk out here in the woods. You're up here on the ridge. Hey, let's start at this hole here. I see we've got a layout of the hole.
This shows a tee box here.
Yeah.
And they usually have most of them have a secondary tee box. The one is further back. That's why this goes back. So the second one is further back. This hole is 333 feet.
Right.
So it's about the length of a football field, and that's an average length.
Okay.
We call it a par 3.
Yes.
There are different pars for the amateur and the pro.
Sure.
Mostly out here, a person who would be playing on a Wednesday or a Sunday would be playing on every hole is par 3.
Is that right?
Two throws, one putt.
Okay.
And
that's the ideal way to do it. Now, mine might be 10 throws and 5 putts.
Well, of course.
Yes, right.
But you know, we don't want anybody to do that the first time, you know.
Okay.
So we just, usually the first couple times we say we limit it to 8.
Let's play a hole, man. So we have the tee box here. Our
tee pads are rubber.
Yep.
And in certain conditions, we'll allow you to play to the one side. If there's snow on it, ice on it.
Right.
We play all year long. We don't play just in the winter.
It's great. Great. So, but this delineates the tee box, and of course, you know you'll find no concrete out here at Keller-Kern.
We have no permanent structures.
That's right. There's no concrete out here at Keller-Kern, which is a part of the original deed of this property. It is a natural area for this type of recreation. And
which is why the club decided rubber would be a great thing.
Yeah.
When you throw, you can run up.
Okay.
But you have to stop before the end. This is the line. You have to stop. You have to release the disc before you can finish through.
Okay.
You need to release your disc before you come across the line. That's one of the simplest rules of the game.
Okay.
And the basket down there, which is the pole hole,
yes,
was invented by Steady Ed over there in California.
Okay.
And so everyone uses it nowadays. They used to use trash cans or poles painted. But this is a much more accurate way of determining that you've actually finished the game, finished that hole.
The hole, okay.
I mean, if you hit a stick, everybody could argue if you hit the right one or if you hit it in the right place. So they invented the pole holes.
Great.
So.
Now, Matt, how about these discs that you brought out here for us today? There's a whole mess of these, and wait a minute, what's this one you brought for me?
That's your marker disc.
Is this?
That's the marker.
Oh, that's not the Frisbee, but this one is.
That one you don't want to throw.
This one you want me to use?
You don't want to throw that one.
No, okay.
That's.
I swear to goodness, I thought you were giving me a hard time.
There are different profiles on the disc for different purposes. So, for example, this one is a putter. It's very soft. It's got a really wide, looks like a standard Frisbee. This is what most people associate with a Frisbee, is this kind of Frisbee like that.
Right. So could I bring my Whammo out here and
yes,
play?
If it says PGA, PDGA approved, then you can use any Frisbee.
Okay.
And this is the standard, this is called a rock, and it was kind of the first drivers of disc golf.
Okay.
Now they've gone to all kinds of exotic plastics, and this is sort of another small, shorter, accurate disc. It goes very straight. Now, as you want to go farther, you got to take more risk, and you get a disc that has a bigger edge. Now, that's
Right.
going to be less stable.
Right.
It's going to go all over the place.
But what I'm hearing you say here is essentially you have a driver, a mid-range disc, and a putter.
Yes,
Right?
essentially, that's what I have.
Well, of course, you got more of them, so it's just like you would have in a bag of golf clubs. You've got a range from a driver down to your putter and everything in between for your different distances and different type of shots.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's about as simple as you can put it. And
Okay.
what it turns out to happen is that I get to know the Frisbee.
Right.
I get to know the brand of the Frisbee, and I know what that's going to do.
Okay.
It doesn't, because Frisbees behave differently in each other's hands depending how hard you throw it and depending
Okay.
on the angles you throw it.
Yeah. Well, let's play a hole.
I think so.
And all right, let me get a shot of the basket here. And if I look at the hole, our basket sits just inside the woods there. And you said, Matt, on a par 3, then I'd be looking at about 2 shots
To get
and
there.
then a putt. So I'm going to want to play this down the kind of the quote unquote fairway then, right?
For
Not-
you, I would
yeah.
try to throw it toward the trees.
Okay. Okay.
Because when it finishes, it's going to come back into the fairway.
Okay.
Just throw it right along that cut edge of grass.
All right, my man. Well, first shot of the day. All right.
Good luck.
And I got a little runway here. Let's see how it goes. Oh, you're right. Look at that thing.
See? Comes right back.
It sure does. Okay. All right. I'll do better next
I will show you
time.
one of the things that frustrates disc golfers as they start the game, which is they start with the disc down here. Try
Right.
to throw it level.
Yeah.
Try to throw it level. Or even wing up. We call
that
it wing
right?
up. So I'm left-handed, so I'm showing you a couple right things, but I'm left-handed.
Okay.
And I have a certain step that I take for each throw so it becomes consistent. And those are the things that you can watch the other disc golfers.
Sure. Well, that's much better than my shot.
I think I'll get there in 3.
Yes, yes, that's right. Looks like you'll be putting next shot.
Well, then that would be a birdie.
Nope, don't forget your towel.
It came, yeah, come loose there, my little dog towel.
Well, this is nice, Matt.
Now we got to go in the grass and find yours.
Okay, right.
And what color was your Frisbee?
Oh, that's a good question. I think
Well, you better
that's
remember that from now
I guess
on.
that's another tip.
Hey, look what
huh?
I found.
You got. Oh, it's that far back?
Yeah, that's always less. It's never as far as you think it is.
Oh, son of a
That's the
gun.
rule of disc golf when you're looking for one. All
Okay.
right, so
Yes.
we'll show you how to play this later when we go down to mine, but just stand behind it to
Okay.
throw.
Okay. And I used the same disc there. Then that's okay.
You can use the same Frisbee
Okay.
if you properly marked it. but-
Okay. Oh, I'm
Once
really
again, aim
coming
for the
off of that
trees.
left-hand side.
Well, we chose this hole first because I'm left-handed.
All right, there's 2.
Now I would change Frisbees. I would go with the
that
little
right?
stabler one, the one that has the wider edge.
Okay, so the putter, so to speak.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, Matt, what is the proper etiquette when
This is
I
a good-
approach my Frisbee in the grass?
This is a good question because most people don't carry the minis, but if you have a mini, you'd lay the mini down, pick up your Frisbee. But most people
Okay.
don't have it. So you can take your Frisbee and flip it forward, and then you stand 1 foot, or both feet if you want, where the Frisbee was,
Okay.
in line with the pole. So you stand directly behind your disc in line with
Okay.
the pole hole.
Okay, we're using this as a marker, so then it sounds to me like when you come out, you really want to try to bring at least 2 Frisbees.
Yes,
Right,
one for
so-
at least always to mark something.
Okay. And this was the one you said
And
was
that's
good
the putter, yeah.
for short range. Now I need to try apparently to keep my throw a little flatter. Is that right?
Flatter is the key to disc golf.
And I think
At the
with these discs, the differences from a regular, your classic Frisbee you would throw to your dog, is that I think you would generally start those out a little bit on a downward angle, or what you call the kind of the down wing, I guess.
Yeah, the wing down.
Right?
They would, and the technical term in disc golf for that is a hyzer shot.
Hyzer shot. Okay.
It's going to go high to low, hyzer.
Gotcha.
So that's a hyzer, and an anhyzer is this.
Well, I want to go for just daggone straight.
Daggone straight is
Yeah.
what you want to do from right here to there.
Okay.
Flat.
And again, with this, I can walk up to it.
So now look where you're throwing.
Yeah?
Look at, now when you throw this time, look at this edge of the disc, the far edge of the disc.
Okay.
And try to keep it level. Use just looking at the edge of the disc rather than so much the hole.
Okay, okay. Oh,
Holy smokes.
I was looking at the hole
That
more
is
than...
a nice, I'm
Oh.
sorry, but that is, you don't apologize for
Okay.
that putt. That is a really nice putt.
Oh, all right. Thanks, Matt. You got a good teacher. Now, I was keeping my eye on the hole a little more than I was on the disc.
That's really nice what you did there.
Okay.
I-
Now, similar
that's-
etiquette here, Matt, that the away disc
It's
would
the
go
same
first?
with it's the ball golf in that regard. The person who's away is the
Okay.
next person to play. So I put my marker down. I put this disc away right then so I don't forget to take it with me.
Okay.
I hate when I don't do that. And
Well, I'll be. There's a birdie, right?
that's a birdie, and I like when
Hey,
that
well done.
happens.
Well done. Good job. And I'm up for 1, 2, 3, so I'm up for a bogey then.
And then the proper etiquette at this point would be for me to pull the frisbee out,
Okay.
unless you insist that I don't have
No,
to.
please do.
So that can be distracting to that person. So now you need to mark your disc.
Okay, so I use one of these markers you put in here,
Yes,
and I mark it just in front of it, right?
right between it and the basket.
Okay, between, right. And then here, and then again, I'll try these little
Level.
chips you told me, nice and level, and I'll keep my eye. How about that? Bogey?
Woo!
What do you think?
That's all right.
First hole, a bogey?
And it was a good putt.
All right. Nice.
The Park Minute brought to you by the Friends of the Lancaster Parks and Recreation, a non-profit organization who through volunteering efforts assist in areas such as park improvements and youth scholarship programs, making Lancaster a better community one park at a time. A great place in which to live, work, retire, and own a business. The Friends of the Lancaster Parks and Recreation. Are you a friend? For information on how you can become a member, call 687-6651.
Hi, this is Mitch Overton from your Lancaster Parks and Recreation Department, and this is your Park Minute. You know, many of us are first introduced to the joys of wildlife viewing through feeding the ducks at your local park. In fact, what's more an iconic image than that, than feeding the ducks at your local park? But what many a well-intended citizen don't know is that they're doing far more harm than good, upsetting the natural balance and order of things by making your waterfowl dependent on humans for support. The most common food used to feed waterfowl would be a bread or high carbohydrate type product, which biologists liken to junk food for the waterfowl. There's a host of issues associated with this, from increased pollution through from the ducks and the geese, to overcrowding, to an increased disease and increased pest population that come in to forage on the leftover food that has not been eaten by the ducks and geese. There are a couple of ways you can feed ducks and geese in a more responsible way if you feel compelled to do this. A couple of those would be frozen peas, thawed, or some duck pellets purchased from your local farm and feed store. But again, this must be done very sparingly, and for a better, cleaner, more safe park environment, we recommend that you leave your wildlife as it is, wild, and enjoy them in their natural state. If you follow this tip, you'll have a cleaner, healthier park to visit and enjoy wildlife viewing for many, many years, and be teaching our children and grandchildren responsible wildlife management. This has been your Park Minute. I'm Mitch Overton. Stay tuned for more Hometown Playground.